everyone, Captain Matt here. Thanks for watching. Hey, we're really excited about this. We were taking String of Pearls down to Huckins in Jacksonville for a really big refit, and so we're going to put it in a couple of parts that are journey down there, and we hope you guys will stay tuned, and thanks for watching. That's where the Golden Ray used to be, right out there. Not there anymore. They're just picking up trash now off the bottom. So here we are, we're leaving to go to Huckins shipyard down in just outside of Jacksonville to get a bunch of work done finally on String of Pearls. And so that we were supposed to go last week, but the weather was horrible. We had this big, huge storm blow through here, and it was terrible weather, blowing like 30 miles an hour for 3 days, and it rained. And so St. Simon's Sound is still rough. See all the swells coming in? I doubt you can see them. But it was awful weather. It was almost like a tropical storm. So this is going to be a real adventure for us as we go down today, because we have to go across St. Andrew's Sound, and St. Andrew's Sound is notoriously rough when it comes to swells and big tides and stuff. It was kind of an interesting thing for us. It was a king tide, which means that it's higher than normal tides anyway. But then we had all that wind blowing in here, so it really blew a ton of water in here, and it was floods everywhere. And anyway, so it's really a trying weekend. I don't think we could have made it down there over the weekend. But we're going today. I got Matthew riding with me. There's 2 boats behind us, way back there. I don't know if you can see them. But we've got the whole boat stripped down. We've got everything off of here. We're about to do a whole bunch of work, and we're pretty excited about it. So we'll try to film a little bit of our trip down there so that you can see us go, and then we're going to really do a good job of documenting the refit of String of Pearls. So we'll check back in a little bit. There's Jekyll here. Looking right in the sun. I don't know if this camera will pick anything up or not. Now what's neat about Jekyll Pier, I don't know if you can see it, let's kind of zoom in. So, oh gosh, it's so jiggly. So Jekyll Pier, right at the end of it, right on there, somebody hit one of the pilings, and they knocked one of the pilings off. And so, instead of fixing it, they just put a piece of plywood up so you can't get over there to it. They ought to fix it though. Alright, so that's Jekyll as we're crossing St. Simon's Sound. Is called Hell's Gate. Is the entrance into the Jekyll Creek, and we've got jetties over there little signs that say jetties. We've seen boats go up on those. Like if you were to try to go across that right now, you'd rip the bottom of your boat out. See the little signs over there? And so it's pretty tight, but we're coming in with an incoming tide, and so it's not too bad for us now. We're flying. We're going 12.8, so we're going really fast for this boat. Right in here to the Jekyll Creek. All of this marsh was flooded this past weekend from those king tides. Any kind of goo or trash or whatever is all out. That's about the only thing that I'm worried. I'm worried about St. Andrews Sound. Going across St. Andrews Sound today because the wind's still blowing a little bit. And then, but also since the marshes all got flooded, like any kind of debris that has been stuck up there has all gotten loose, and sometimes you can run into stuff that you wouldn't normally run into. So I'm a little worried about that, but hopefully we'll be okay. We've got a couple of boats behind us, and then one in front. I don't know if you can see another boat now. But then there's another one in front. There's a lot of boats that have been waiting to move that are now that are headed south. This is the first good weather day since all the gooey weather. Okay, back soon. Can't see it on the video, but we've got now 3 boats behind us. So there's lots of boats headed south today. We're coming up on Jekyll. This is where it usually gets really shallow, but we're coming in with an incoming tide, so it's not that bad. But this is the Jekyll Wharf coming up. It's a dock that is in need of repair. I wonder how it made it through the storm, if it did okay. But we'll check it out as we go by there. So there's the Jekyll Island Club. Can you see it? Over there. Really neat. And then here's the Jekyll Wharf. Look how bad the shape the dock is in. All this is owned by the state of Georgia, and they could do such a better job with this. I mean, it looks terrible. This could be a really nice place. The Jekyll Inn over there, the Jekyll Island Club, really is a nice place, but the dock is terrible. It all needs to be dredged and the dock rebuilt. Like this boat couldn't dock over there, it's not deep enough. And at low tide, the other side of that dock is out of the water. All that needs to be dredged and redone. It could be really nice over there. There's a restaurant right there where you can eat. Really pretty over there. This is approaching Jekyll Harbor Marina. Interesting fun fact, there's only really 3 bridges to the barrier islands on the Georgia coast. This is one of them. This is the bridge to Jekyll right there. But you got one on St. Simons and you got one at Tybee. But other than that, you really can't drive onto the barrier islands. You gotta put your car on a ferry. Like if you want to have a car on Cumberland, you gotta put it on a ferry and take it over. There's a guy that'll do that for you. Same thing on Sapelo. I don't know much about the other ones, but I know that's true for those. So again, this is southbound on the Intercoastal Waterway. Intracoastal, I should say. And this is Jekyll Harbor Marina. It's a decent little marina. It's under new ownership, and they're doing a good job with it. I'll look at some, just showing you. Okay, so this is the south end of Jekyll Island here. And we're about to enter St. Andrews Sound. And so St. Andrews Sound is notorious for being rough. And the wind is out of the north today, but I can already see kind of these rollers of swell coming in from the ocean. And I can see as soon as we get past the south end point down here that the water is already looking like it's pretty choppy. So the problem with St. Andrews Sound is you have to go way out. And like I can see breakers already out there. There's a long bar that runs out in the middle of the sound. I can see breakers out there. So I think this is going to be pretty nasty going across it. But I don't know. I'm usually real paranoid about St. Andrews Sound. I see a couple of sailboats out there, and then there's another trawler ahead of us. Hopefully it's not going to be too terribly nasty. But we'll try to film this as we go across here. St. Andrews is a sound that you really do have to take seriously, and that you can get in trouble out here. And so hopefully we don't get in any trouble going across it. We see boaters come through that have run into trouble out there. We'll see how it goes.